I'm Subu, bringing crafting to you, and today I'm going to make a floating frame, and the flowers I've used are from the Forever and Always and the Four Seasons floral. So just before I start, if you shop with me, please use this hostess code. This is from the 28th of March to the 25th of April. And then after that, there'll be a new hostess code. But this is my hostess code. You can either log on to Stampin' Up, and if you put this code in when it asks you for a hostess code, it will give you me, Susan Boothby, as your demonstrator. Or if you're watching from my Facebook Live, you can click on my shop link and it will take you to my shop, but please still put this code in and that will help you share in more of the rewards. If you're watching from my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell, and in your in the description link there will be a link back to my Facebook business page for my shop. Thank you very much. Right, so I'll just move these out of the way and we can begin. So ahead of time I have cut loads of these out. So this is a beautiful stamp set that is great for beginners. It's got so much detail for every season, really a beautiful set. I used this one at Christmas and cut out several and layered these up. So it's a very versatile stamp set. And then, but today I've used the roses and leaves. And then from Forever and Always, I've used the smaller flower of the two. So another beautiful stamp set. And both of these, unfortunately, are both retiring. So if you really like the flowers that I'm using, then you need to buy them soon, because you won't be able to get them anymore after May the 3rd. Okay, and it will be probably while stocks last. So I have cut out from the largest rectangle dies. So these are the stitched rectangle dies. I've cut out the largest of the frames. So just move that out of the way. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to position these around my frame. But what I'm going to do is just stick them with removable tape. So I'm going to stick them anywhere I want, in whatever direction I want. So I'm going to make sure though I leave a little bit of white showing. So we'll stick, you can stick that offset there, and I can do the flowers both ways. So I'm just sticking them how I want to stick them. Do I want that? So we'll stick that going in a bit. Where shall I stick it now? I'm going to stick it right on the end there. And I've got this one here. Stick that right. Have a look. Let's stick that in the other way, like that. And let's have a look. That I'm going to stick right up there, and I'll get this more in there. So yeah, I think I'll stick that like that. So I have actually I've done 5 of the Forever and Always flowers. I've done loads of these from the and I had to fussy cut these. There is a die that goes with the others, so you're all right. That's a easier option, using the ones with the dies. And let's see, I want a little bit on here, and gonna just bring a little bit of the purple there. Now I'm just going to have a look, because I'm going to cut these out there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so now I've got those all ready, but what I need to do is I need to put this back in to my die cutting machine. So I'm just going to bring this in, and as I say, I've only temporarily stuck these down, and I'm going to try and get this in exactly the same position that it was. I think that looks right. And then I'm going to pop this through my die cutting machine. So let's get that lined up and just move that, and just pop this through my die cutting machine. I hope that's worked. Okay, so that's just cut off a few of the bits, so just take those off. There we go, that's it. Let's take those all off. Right, okay, so I'm also, now I've done that, I'm also going to rerun it through my die cutting machine, and this time I'm going to put in the smaller die. Now this one, I'll just double check for you, but let me see, that's got a little bit, I might just cut that with my scissors. I think I've just got that little bit of an edge. There, that's okay. That one off there, those two off there. I think that's right. In fact, I'll turn it over, because I've done it this way round and not done it to cut it out. I wanted to see how big that I needed these, so that's why I've done that. Right, so I think this is about the 4th, but I'll just check. So this was the largest of the stitch frames, so that can go back, and then the 4th one down I'm using. So the 4th one down, and I'm just going to see whereabouts I want that. So pop that on there, and then I'll pop another one on the top. I think I've got that. That's straight. Just take your time to make sure that you have got your frame right. I need to get it absolutely right. I think that looks about right. And then pop this one on. Oops, that moved. Just do it again. Is it? Just take your time with it so that you get it right. I think that's about right. There, and now I'm going to pop that through. It's moved again, so I'm just going to have to position it on my machine, because it moved again when I just put that there, so I just need to do that again. So hopefully now got that in position, and I'm going to go for it. Just go for it. Okay, now just going to check, does that come through? Yeah, There we go. So there I've got my frame, and then I've got this piece with the flowers on as well. So we need to keep this piece as well, but we're just going to concentrate on this now. Okay, so very carefully lift off your flowers. Now I have used a semi-permanent adhesive that just kind of rubs off, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel each piece off, and as I do I'm going to reattach them straight away with my mini dimension, not mini, my dimensionals. So just gonna, I'm using up the very end, so I'm cutting at bits now, so there and there, so I know where all the positions go. So just going to peel those off and pop this back on now to where it went. There we go. And then just very carefully, because you can tear it if you're not careful. So I'm being very careful on about there. So get a bit more dimensional. So these edge pieces are working quite nicely. That can go there. And it went in about there. Okay. And then the next one. I just need to do this very carefully. So I coloured them. The colours that I've used are Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, and my leaves, and these are all the blends that I've coloured them in. So that's about there. These are alcohol markers that I've used. Colour Me Clover is the green, because currently I don't really have a green in the alcohol blends. So is that going to be a bit too much? Just going to take a little bit off there because it's just a bit too big. So put that back on my sheet. So I'm really into Highland Heather and the lovely lipstick, I think, that has just gone as well. So Highland Heather lovely lipstick. I think it's the dark one. It was in clearance, might still be in clearance. So because again I haven't got many pinks, so I'm going to be investing in some shortly. So we're just popping these all up on dimensionals. Should be a bit faster now. I'm just going straight for the dimensionals. Whoops. That must have been just slightly around the corner, so let's get that nice there. And this one. So as I say, I've put it with a low semi-permanent fix. I did it. Actually, I'm going to use a edge one for that because it just needs half of one. So just use the edge round there. So it's quite a simple technique. It's just a bit fiddly, that's all. So is that about right for that one? And this one. just gently. So if you're not careful, as I say, you can rip your card out. That was ripping a little bit there. Another way of doing this is your sticky post-it notes. They are better, I'm led to believe, to do this. So that's another way that you can do this rather than the low tack tape. Is it that way round, or did I do it that way round? Let's put it that way round. Let's make sure. There we go. Nearly finished going round. So if I didn't do this, you wouldn't see the process properly. So I'm sorry it's taking some time, but you need to see properly the process, how to do it. It is very effective. And then there we go. And then the last one. Now just taking this one. That wasn't too bad. And got a dimensional there. Was it like that or was it like that? Can't remember now. I'll put it like this. Oh, I'm not sure. Not sure which way. Oh, it probably was this way. There. Oh, a bit further along. There. Okay. So that's an effective floating frame now. So I'm going to bring my card base in, which is just a standard card base. So it's just, let's move these out of the way. So it's just a standard card base of your 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and just folded down your score line and burnished. I'm bringing my bone folder to burnish that down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just have a look which way I want this to position. I think I'm going to position it that way. I don't know. Oh, that's good, like there. So I'll position this in the middle, but before I do that, I want to stick my sentiment on, and I'm just going to look whether I can get the love on here. So let's see. Yeah, I can put my love there, and I want love you. Now this says so very much. Now I'm just going to love you. Going to bring that down. So I'm just going to position my stamps where I want them. So I'm going to see, there's about my frame. I'm getting my frame in position. I'm just going to position my love more. And I'm going to do you so I can take my love up, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to half do my stamp. So just keep looking to make sure that you've got your stamp in the right position and that it's even. I'm going to do that, and you so that's going to go about there. Now what I'm doing is, these are brand new stamps and they're quite sticky, so I'm going to risk it and put them back on there, And then I'm going to bring in my stamp positioner. So bringing in my stamp positioner, and then I'm going to put it on my clear mount one, very carefully pick up and pop this now into my stamp positioner, and then bring it down and just take up the stamps. So I can put this in, because what I want to do is use my Stampin' Right markers. So which colours shall I? Right, I'm gonna see what this looks like alongside. So I've got Magenta Madness, and I'm just gonna put a bit to see what it looks like against my pink of my rose, and I think actually I'm going to risk it. So I'm going to colour in Love with my Magenta Madness. So these are the beauty of Stampin' Right markers, because you can just colour in your stamps. And because I've got a stamping apparatus, if I'm not happy when I've stamped it, I can go back in and stamp it again and again until I'm happy. Because I have got a Magenta Madness. I've just realised I've got a Magenta Madness ink spot. But it doesn't matter, because I want to show you, because I'm going to cut, as it were, the stamp in two. So I'm going to bring this up to the top. So I'm going to bring in the Love, and because I've got my stamp position tool, I just reposition it, go back in there to ink up my Love again. I haven't got a Magenta Madness pink, what's it called? Alcohol blend marker. So I'm just couldn't colour my flowers in with this, because I like using the alcohol markers for colouring. They are a superb colouring tool. You can colour with these, and I do colour with these, but they are superb because it just blends, it makes colouring so simple, and the alcohol just makes it spread lovely, and you just get a great finish, because these are all done with the alcohol marker, and you just get that lovely finish on them. Right, we're nearly there. I'm just going to go probably one more time putting this through on the Love. Just bring that in. And hopefully that will do it now. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with that now. So you can see the difference. I've been able to keep putting it back, and because I've got it in here, it's doing it in the same place over and over again. Now, because I'm using photopolymer stamps, then I clean my photopolymer stamps with my chamois. So I'm just going to clean off the Love on this. I think this is the combination of the stamp set and also the dies that go with this set. I just think it's a really lovely set. What have I done with the here? It's just gorgeous, and You can cut out with the dies the love, and always it's got, you can cut out the flowers. It's got additional flower that you can cut out. It's got the background to the love that you can cut out as well, and the always. So you've got those. And then these couple cut out the love you so much together, and you, I think it cuts out. So that's great. Right, now, so what I want to do is just, I'm only colouring the so and love. So this is the beauty of markers now, because I can split up the words by colouring these, just these words that I want. Okay, so just make sure I didn't get that V. So then I can bring that in and do that underneath. That seems a bit low now, but hopefully that's okay. So again, I'm putting it back in place and going over my so again, you and you, so that I can bring that in. Now what you do is you don't use your tip. I'll show you on camera in a minute. Just let me flatten that, put it in the same place. You don't use the tip there, you use the side to colour. So I'm just going to go back in one more time and just make sure, so I'm just using the side to colour. That's it. Oops. And just position it back. This is the beauty of this, positioning it back. And there we go. And now just going to go over the so, and I'm going to bring this in now, and I'm going to bring in the very much. So the very much, I'm going to, or can I just, no, can't bring that in. I'm just going to go for much, and I'm going to take it out to the side. I'm just going to look with my frame again. I could have gone higher with you, but never mind. Just gonna, I want to keep it in the corner there, so I'm just gonna bring that. Let's see where my frame is. So I'm looking at my frame, where my frame's going to be. Just took it in, can only took it in as far as it'll let me, I'm afraid. So I'm going to go for about there. Just make sure it's lined up where I want it. Just going to come down. Is that straight? Just going to go back in and make sure it's straight. There we go, I think. And make sure it's in the corner. Pick it up and then put my magnets back in place. Make sure it's tucked in the corners. So it's tucked in the corners, and I'm just going to go for the much. So I'm just going to go on that, whoops, wrong side, sorry about that. Just bring that much in there. So, there we go. And take that, bring it down, push that, flatten it, make sure it's exactly in the same position. I'm going to go again for the much, just on the side, covering it in. Such a pretty colour, this Magenta Madness. Such a pretty colour. Again, and I'm happy with that now. Okay, so I'm going to just remove that now out of my way. I'll clean that in a minute. And then I'm going to now stick my frame down on to my card. So I'm not going to stick it on dimensionals because we've already got the flowers up on dimensionals, so that gives it the floating frame effect. And I'm just now going to go round all my frame to stick it down. There we go, and that's the way I like it. Then I'm just gonna try and get equal increments at the side and the bottom and the top. So just gonna lift it up and just try and make sure that my frame is good. Okay, so that's just a very pretty card. And then I've got some left, so I'm going to stick one of my flowers inside now. So I'm going to stick these down here. So let's stick one in the corner like that, and then we'll stick one going the other way in the corner like that. So we'll stick that there. And what other words have we got? So let's see. So we've got my whole heart, love you with my whole heart, like that. So I'm going to go for that. So it's love. So I'm going to go for the big love you. So I'm going to go for the love. I'm going to put my love up there. And you. I'm going to love you. And let's have a look. Love you with. I might do love you with. So love you with. So love you with my whole heart. So this time I've got them roughly in position where I want them. I'm going to pick this up on the stamp block, and I'm going to do this with just my black ink this time. So I'm not going to, now I'm doing the inside, not the front. So just pop my pin back in my glue and bring in my black ink, and or do I? No, tell you what, I've got my Magenta Madness spot. Change my mind. I'm going to go over with my spot. Okay. Make sure I've thoroughly inked up. So I pops that. So you just move that out of the way and pop my love. Oh, don't know whether I touched that then. So if it's not done, that's it, love. And then I can position those. So I'm just going to clean that up with my chamois. Yes, so I'll just show you the front of the card, Verity. Just give me a moment to clean up my my love. I was just saying about what I've used is I've used the 4 Seasons Floral. This is a beautiful stamp set, and it's for beginners. but they are so detailed, these, and there's a lot you can do with them. And I was saying about this particular flower is your poinsettia for Christmas, and I actually did several of these. I did them in the gold embossing powder, and then cut out each one so that you could mount this up and make it a 3D one. Today I've just used this one, and I've cut out, and yes, I have used the blends for several. Yes, it is a lovely stamp set, and I was just saying it's a shame because it's retiring, so it's on the retirement list. I've coloured these in with lovely lipstick, Highland Heather and the Colour Me Clover, and I think you can get those in the clearance at the moment. And also I've used the Forever and Always, and used the smaller flower, and I've cut those out. And I have let me just get rid of this off my block, and then I can show you inside, on the outside, sorry. So just take that, love. And I'm just saying what a lovely stamp set this is as well. Love you. So I'm going to just do the U first. So I'll move those out of my way a minute because they're quite sticky. So I've done a floating frame. So I've done the floating frame. So I showed you on the video how to create the floating frame, and then I've got this part, of course, left to be able to make another card with as well. So I've done Love You So Much on the front, and I'm going to do this inside. So love you, let's do that. So love you, just set. So love you, and I'm going to do the with. It's just lovely sentiments, this. Outside, there we go. Just do that on the back of my hand. And so this is being done with Magenta Madness. So love you, sorry, that's my glasses hitting there. With, let's get rid of the with, and then put this on the diagonal. Now I'm rubbing these on the back of my hand because I haven't really used this stamp. This will just get rid of the film. It helps it to pick up the ink better. And I'm just going to throw this and relax it a minute, because when I've just picked it up then it seemed to not be straight. I'm not sure it's straight now, but I think it's better. Right, so using my ink spot to ink up my whole heart, and then put this underneath there. Press and hold. I should be using my stamping mat and I'm not. So there, bring that off. Got away with it, fortunately. So that's my Magenta Madness. So love you with my whole heart, and the excess I have stuck in there. So we've got that so far. Okay, so I'll just clean up my stamps a little bit. Okay. Put them out of the way and deal with them later. Now, what has happened, I must have got it on my board. I've been working with some yellow this morning, and I didn't realise I've still got some on my board. And now I have caught a little bit here on my card. So what we do is we have a look and see what I have got. trying to look whether I've got anything that will coordinate with my Magenta Madness. So I have got some Absolute Magenta Madness, so that will work. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, that will work even better because that's got kind of the flowers on as well. So I'm going to use that. So what I'm going to do, or shall I do? Might even do something like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut a strip. When mistakes happen and things don't go according to how you want them to go, this is when you can start being even more creative. Whether I want to put that there, or I'm going to cover that one up with my yellow one. So that little bit that it bled on, I'm going to cut that up, stick that on there, so that's covered that up now. And then I'm going to cut my DSP, and I'm going to just put a bit of that on its own. I might do, or am I going to put a little bit of that on its own? I'm going to cut 1/2 inch, I think. Let's see if 1/2 inch. So I'll start with Total Magenta Madness, and I'm just going to cut 1/2 inch off here and see what that looks like. I think I might go for that, right, to start with. Okay, so we're going to glue this down here. Okay, and that's going to go right to the edge of my card. So I'm not worrying about that it's bigger than my card. I'm just going to put that down there and then turn it round and then just chop that to the same length of my card, so it doesn't show on the outside. You open that up and you have got that down there. So nobody will know now that I got a smudge on that side of my card. And then we've got the front. Now I am going to put some of my let's see, I can't find my thing in a minute, I'll find this one instead. Right, I have made my gold. If you've watched my videos before, you will have seen that I made these little glue dots. Now there's a little spot there that I'm not happy with, so not that one. So I'm gonna just put a few of these on. There's another one. Now if you haven't got a 1/8 of an inch punch like I have, then what you can do on the where is it? Here we go. Pencil Me label punch. You have got your little slit to make labels, but you have also got this little one here. So I've just used this morning with something that I've made. So that is about the size of these little ones here. So all you would do is on your paper, your glittered paper, you would just cover it with the sticky back, double-sided sticky back paper, and then you would just go round and cut these out. Obviously it's easier if you have got the single 1/8 of an inch punch, which I do own, but that is another way to get all these. So you can, any of our glitter paper, like this is the lovely rose gold, I think it is, or it could be the what's it, Rococo Rose. So it could be Rococo Rose, or it could be but it's one of the sparkly papers that we've had. I don't know whether it's picking the colour up properly, but it's the pink. I wonder if I've got just a bigger piece to show you. I did have a piece hanging about that I'd not finished with. I didn't know whether I'd got it. I think it could have been the rose gold. Is it in here? I can't remember what it's called. But it's the, not that one, glitter paper. Here we go. That's it. It is called rose glimmer paper. So it's our rose glimmer paper. I'm not sure whether you can still get it or not. But as I say, all I've done is stuck the double-sided sheets to this and then just cut them out. So any of our speciality glitter paper, I have particularly bought the rainbow glitter paper to do this with, because I thought that would be brilliant. Yeah, it would. So I think that that would work. So that's my little tip. So I save all my bits and bobs because I've been making something and I've got these little circles, and then the bits of scrap I started to cut these out. Now which set? I forgot which set these are from now, but I was surprised to find those, so I started cutting a few of them. But I always save scraps, because this tiny butterfly from the I have ripped it or not done it properly, but it's only a tiny butterfly. That's the die set that goes with Positive Thoughts, that's in the brand new catalogue that's coming out. It's in our catalogue now as well. But scraps, you know, it will do those, and you can do all sorts with your scraps. So now with Castella, what I was going to do is go around my flowers with my Wink of Stella. So I wanted to make them shiny, so I'm going to go around my petals with my Wink of Stella to make my flowers shiny. So I wanted to do that, but I didn't want to do it until I'd cut them out, because I just want them to go shiny. I think actually my Wink of Stella is starting to go. So I look like I'll be getting a new one. Need to order one in the next lot. Now this is very difficult to see on camera. Just see whether it's me or it needs pushing down a bit more. Oh yes, there is. Oh, that was silly, wasn't it? Okay, so shouldn't have done that. Not over my card, so that's made it go mad now, and it's coming out in too much. So just put my card there. I don't know why I was foolish enough to do that. That was really silly of me. Take that off there. So don't do as I do in squeezing it directly over your card, and that has made it very glittery and shiny. Now I'm going to have to try and go around the outside to make it right, so that when it dries out it will all be the same. Oh, that's a nuisance. That's very gold today instead of the silvery colour. So that spoilt my card today, didn't it? So let's see, just do it on the back of this time. Oops. So I'm going to paint this round now, all the way round my card, so that when it dries it's going to all be the same. Just typical, it's happened on camera and not off camera, isn't it? I think that's wasted quite a lot of my Wink of Stella. Right, so that should dry and it will be a very glittery card today. It'll definitely be a very glittery card. So this is how not to do it. Normally these flow really easily. I've never had any trouble before. This is coming to the end of its life and that's why I've had the problem, and I shouldn't have squoze it over my card. That was a very foolish thing, so don't you do that. It's flowing again perfectly well now. Right, that's made a nasty mess for me. So my card is definitely very shiny now. Very shiny. I hope so. It will, that's why I've done it all around the outside now, because then hopefully when it dries at least it will be the same. So, but it is extremely shiny now. Extremely shiny. Oh, now I've got hiccups. I don't know whether I caught it inside. But there we go. So, so I don't know how long it'll take to dry now, but you got the idea for the floaty card. From a distance it looks okay. Yeah, glitter is fab. It is. The more glitter the better, eh? The more glitter the better. So at least the inside is very plain to compensate. And then that's your inside, which looks nice. So we'll have to like that. But it's gone very, it's very gold. It doesn't normally look as gold as that, but it's looking very gold today. I should definitely be ordering a new Wink of Stella now anyway. So I need to do that. I've had it a very long time. They do last an awful long time. And a lot of people do put like rubbing alcohol in to make them go even further, which I've got some kind of alcohol. So whether I will or not, I don't know. I've not decided because I've made a real mess of this one now. So there we go. But thank you very much for dropping by and seeing my disaster today. I shall be back with you tomorrow for any crafty goodness. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And remember, from the 28th of March to the 25th of April, which we're in now, so from the 25th of April, this is the hostess code. This is unique to me. So if you want to buy anything that you've seen me use, please shop on my online shop, which is on my Facebook business page. But even if you use the online shop, please put in the hostess code. That will help us to get more lovely crafty goodies to split with you. And if you are on my YouTube channel, then there will be a link in the description bar to come back to my Facebook business page, or you can just put in Stampin' Up and go to the Stampin' Up store. And if you put in this code, it is unique to me, so it will come as part of this workshop order. So thank you very much. Do appreciate that you've popped by. As I say, if you're on my YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Thank you very much. Hope you like the card. Even though we had a disaster at the end, I wish I had left the Wink Castella at home today. But there we go. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Stay safe, stay well. Bye.